afternoon, everybody. What a different afternoon it is as well. I can't talk about the weather today because I can't see outside because I'm here at Create Craft headquarters. So yeah, I'm in the room off the green room, so hopefully nobody else wants to come in here today and use it, but doesn't really matter, does it? It's all live, we're all friends here, so it's all fine. So here we go then, 4th of November, who'd have thought? And I'm still struggling actually writing the word November because you just think, how's that happened? Why is it November already? It's only since, I don't know, we've only been doing this since March, but I feel like I've been doing this for a lifetime. And I think I've met some really lovely people. When I say met virtually. So hello everybody out there. I hope you're, you've got some time today that you can spend with me to do this. And yeah, I thought let's make a start then. So here we go, tile number 79. What do I have? Oh, sunny in Devon. Oh, I've got my pen. I'm sort of working basics today. I've got my pen, my regular pencil, my tortillon. I've got a white pencil, a white pen as well. Yeah, I haven't got any pencils with me. They're in the studio. But yeah, I think we'll do fine with what we've got. We're all good. So we're ready then. Deep breath. It's been quite a day, yeah. Getting up at, well, it wasn't too bad this morning actually. 7:15. That was okay. So here we are, and hopefully I'll be home by tea time, so that's all good. So I'm going to start then with pencil. So here we go, pencil, and I'm going to start with my 4 dots. So deep breath. Whew. Yeah. Oh, hey Joe. It's little dots. This is one of the sort of the most basic and the very, very first thing, and it's actually listed on Sanntangle steps as one of the main steps that you do, and you put your dots in and you draw your border. Now I know we don't always do it, and that's absolutely fine. It's just now and again it's great to come back in. Oh, hey Sue, you've just reminded me I need to message you, don't I know. I totally forgot until I've just seen your name. I'm so sorry, but yeah, I'll sort that later. I say later, till tomorrow. Okay. Oh, hello from the USA. Oh, hey Pat, thank you for watching. It is always nice because I'm not always sure which camera to look at, but when you know that there's people the other side of it that are, that are with you and support you, it's always nice to know. So yeah, when I look at the camera, it's you I'm looking at. Okay, here we go then. So there's my dots. I'm going to come a little bit larger. Now, I'm not really going to aim for the centre, but it's going to be central-ish. Let's say that, okay? And I'm going to come in with my pen and I'm going to draw in a sort of a, I don't want to say circle. It's going to be more of a roundish bubble. Here we go. There we go, just sort of sketching it in. If you feel that you do need to use a pencil to go with, but if you can, hey, that's not bad. Not bad. Yeah, we're all watching the election over here as well. Yeah, we don't know what's going on really. It's all different. Okay, so looking at my my bubble then, quite proud of that actually. Let's go in, I'm going to draw a line. I'm not going to go all the way up. Let's have a look, let's put a line in there. Now looking at the thickness of my pen, you see I've left a gap there, about the thickness-ish of that, so I've got a little bit of wiggle room up the top. Oh, hello Bob from Canada, how is it over there weather-wise? We're, I think it's not bad outside, but I've got no windows in here, so I can't see what the weather's like. And let's do another one there. Okay. And again, sort of similar space. Doesn't matter if it's not exact. It's fine. There we go. All right. And then let's have a look. I'm going to put one. Yeah, I'm going to put one here as well. Or shall I put 2? No, I'm going to go with 1. So again, it's sort of similar size. It doesn't matter that if they're a little bit bigger, it's fine. Alright, you notice that I keep turning my tile. I know some of us, we know that you turn this little piece of paper, but it's nice to sort of remind us now and again that, you should turn it around. Oh, thank you, Sandra. Yeah, it's a comfy one, you know. It's not too light either, because it can get cold in the studio. So it's all right. Here we go. So the centre now, you've got to make a decision here, because we're going to put a curve in, and whichever way you put the curve, you've got to keep it that way. So if you do a curve this way, the next curve you do is going to be that way. But if you do a curve this way, then all of them have got to be that way. Does that make sense for you? So here we go then. I'm going to think about halfway up. So I'm going to have a curve. I'm going to go this way. There we go. See, it's sort of halfway in between the two there. Oh, did you, Diane? That's love. Thank you ever so much. I hope I've given you some inspiration and some other ideas. Certainly with the little piece of jewellery, I think it's really nice to do, isn't it? Something quite small to start with. They always look beautiful. Okay. Same again. So you can see that I'm putting this curve as I go around, but I'm making the curve the same way. So I've not suddenly gone rogue and done it that way. I don't want to do that. They're all the same way. Having said that, let me focus. I know all that talking and you forget which way you're going. Before you know it, you've done what you said not to do. But you know what? Okay, if you go the wrong way, it doesn't. Don't worry about it. We can work it. Let's have a look at that then. All right. All right, so we've got this odd sort of shape. You've got these straight lines. So we did the 12, 6, 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. Same there, 12, 6, 3 and 9. And then I've put this curve in between each one. You see, it's not as tall as that one. All right, so I'm going to sort of come in a little bit larger now. Okay, excuse me, I'm working on top of a box today, so I do apologise if I can't go as detailed and in as I normally do, but it's all fine. Okay, so looking at the curve, okay, so I'm going to work this, the curve's going this way, so I'm just going to put my finger there so I know, because what I'm then going to do is I'm going to add a curve here to this one. You see, so even if you're going the other way, you'd make sure that the actual curve of this line is on the outside, so you're creating that shape. Okay? And then if I turn it again, you see, so I've got my straight line and my curve here. I'm going to join that one to that one. Okay? And then again, joining that curve. All right. And then again, joining the curve. You see, we want to keep that repetition as much as we can. Turn the tile, make the curve. Turn the tile, make the curve. The repetition is what helps you create that moment where you can just focus on just following the pen. Just work and watch the pen as you move it and work your way along. So we've got that kind of a shape. All right. So I'm going to just aura, that sort of draw, repeat the line, just put a line in there. Almost like it's got a little cuff on it. Okay, same there. Bringing it round, same there. So I'm repeating that same curve each time and just working it round. And there's another one. It's sort of got a bit of movement, hasn't it? Because you've got the curves in there. It feels like it wants to move. It's quite something, isn't it? It's 2 minutes ago, well, maybe 5. Okay, 5 minutes ago, this was a blank tile, nothing on it. Yeah, a few dots, but nothing else. Okay? So while we've got this subtle little aura, I'm going to cross over there, and I'm going to come down and just aura that line too. Okay, same again. Just nice and gentle, again with a pen. Yeah, a little bit like sails, yeah. Perhaps I've got the sea theme in my head, that's what it is. You wait, what's in my head for pick of the day, I tell you. Yeah, something completely different. A little creative team have been working on it for a few weeks now, so I'm really looking forward to the samples for that they bring in. So, and then of course next month, when you think about it, it's 2 years since I actually came to Create and Craft. So I'm working on something special for that too. There we are. Okay, let's just have a look at, oh, let's go the other way. There you are. There you are. That's how we're working at the minute. Okay. Whew, deep breath. Pick of the day, Vi. It is the 14th of November. It should have been the 18th, but we've just moved it to the 14th. So, okay. I know, Lynn, it's funny, isn't it? Unfortunately, I haven't got John here today, or Leslie, to make me a cup of tea, so I'm going to have to go and do my own in a little while. All right, so looking at this shape that I've got here, what I'm going to do, remember this line? I'm going to do another one, but I'm going to do it slightly offset. There we go. See? Well, let's just turn the tile again. And you notice each time this line is sort of in line with my body. I just find that easier to sort of keep the lines, I'd say, parallel. So that's what we're aiming for. I'm not going too far up there. I'm just adding a little line and what's it? Offset, and just keeping it parallel as much as you can. Oh, thank you, Joe. Do you know, I don't do it for popularity. I do it because everybody, you know, we all like what it is I do. If I wasn't doing it for the show, if I wasn't doing it as a business, I would be sat at home, furloughed now, doing this. So I do it because I love it. Okay. So then what I'm going to do again, remember this curve here? I'm going to do that curve there, bringing it out a little bit, see? And then I'm going to do that curve and I'm going to bring it in to there. Okay? So then let's do the same again here. Remember this curve here? I'm going to bring that curve down and out there. Let's just turn that round and then out. You see how it gets a little bit narrower as it gets down? So it's sort of following that shape. Okay. Bob. But you know, actually, you know, you look back on time, don't you, on occasion? I think it's 2000 and I can't remember now, I think it's about 6 years since I've been actually, you know, teaching in my own classroom. I used to do the woodwork. I miss teaching the kids, you know, but I don't miss the politics. Yeah, but I still do get to do the teaching, of course. I said I have got a classroom where I've not used it yet. Who will be the first? And it's all, you know, when we can get out and about again to come and use the classroom. Yeah. I can get about 6 to 8 people in, depending on, obviously, how much we need to distance. But, yeah, it's looking good. There we are. Let's have a look. Oh, is it, Kathy? Interesting, yeah. But you can, you know, it does show it crosses a lot of different paths, doesn't it? And you can do a lot of things. So it doesn't matter if you're into your soft crafts or whether you're into die cutting and stamping. You can still tangle around anything. Of course. I think if John stood still for long enough, he'd be tangled all over. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, come on, focus, everybody. So I'm doing the same thing again. Like I'm actually sort of working from that line and just doing a parallel. See as it's stepped off a little bit. And just working all the way around, just putting that line in. Now I could have actually put the line in and then done the curve and then the next line in the curve. But it's nice to sort of keep with that repetition and follow on. Just something different about that. So here we go now. It's the muscle memory as well, isn't it? If you're into straight lines, then do the straight lines. If you're doing a curve, then do a curve. And the more you do the same curve, the more likely it is that you're going to get something similar along the lines. So there we go. All right, it's working out well so far. All right. So here we go, another one. Just bringing it down and in, just pointing that end. And working it in. Oh, hey Maureen. It's nice that you joined us. And same again here, look. it nice actually, you know, we all sort of, we come in and we dip in and out as and when and whatever we need, but everybody's always nice and always welcoming. I think that's lovely. So it makes a real difference. I think this is nice. It's a nice group. Everybody's really supportive in it. Yeah. So far. Okay, I think I'm going to get another one in. If you think you've done, you know, you've done enough, or they're a little bit wider with mine, and that's absolutely fine. Oh, hey Tammy. Another Canadian. How are you? All right? It's lovely, isn't it? You know, I know we talk about wanting to be in class, and there's nothing like being in a class and, you know, experiencing this, but, you know, the classes really that we've done since lockdown, you find people from all over the world are joining in. It's just lovely. You know, I'd have never known Tammy or Bob or Deb, from different places. But then again, you know, even from different parts of the UK, anywhere from Cornwall to Scotland. So it's fantastic. It's quite overwhelming at times, you know, just to think, you know, you all want to sit for an hour and watch me. Hopefully, you know, do something from it. That's what makes it, you know, seeing what you've all done with it afterwards. It's lovely. There we are. So again, you know, if you find at the bottom that you've run out of space, just go down as far as you can. Don't think, oh, I can't do any more, because I've not. I mean, I've managed to get it, so see there, I'm just sort of going to go underneath it. It's absolutely fine. Okay, and there we go, into that one. And down there. Do you know, actually, I think it's nice as well that a lot of you are actually messaging each other and supporting each other out of these sessions as well. So it's not just, you know, something you come and do on a Wednesday and a Friday, or a Monday if you watch Marie, but you also get involved with each other as well, and I think that's just lovely to watch. It's really nice. Okay, so far so good. So okay, what I'd like to do now, let's just go a little bit larger here. I'm going to come back just for a moment for this one, and I'm just going to use that curve and bring it down, create a little set of stripes, and then I'm going to fill that one in. Of course, if you've got a slightly thicker pen, feel free to come on in at this moment and use it. There we go. And that one. Well, I think, you know, we're only working on a small tile, so that's okay to just do that little bit there. Okay. Alright. Next one. I'm going to do the same again. Now don't try and replicate in the same amount of stripes or whatever, just put some in, and if they're slightly different, that's fine. I'm not counting them, but what I am doing, I'm always using that top one as the fill-in. Oh, that's nice, Denise, isn't it? You know, hopefully, you know, when we look back on this in 12 months time, hopefully it's not still in lockdown. But yeah, and, you know, in 12 months' time, when we think, do you know what we did? And we've all got our journals, and you can get those out, and you look through them. You know, if you're having a moment, we all have them, don't we, where you sort of feel a bit down. But if you're having that kind of moment where you need a little bit of a reminder, just go through your journal page and look at your tiles that you did, and we've all achieved something quite remarkable. I never thought I'd have 79 ideas, and I know we laugh about it, we come back to it a lot. I only thought I was going to do 12. Oh my goodness me, 79 tiles. Yeah, I've enjoyed every single one, and I know everyone's different. Not everybody likes everyone, but I think each one teaches you something, and it's nice to go back and try other things, or mix and match and change them about a bit. But the main thing is, it's actual process, isn't it? Oh, Gracie, I know, but yeah, go back through that journal. You know, and if you've got the brights one, especially, you know, it really, just going through that and looking at the colours makes you smile. It's lovely. But, yeah, they're always close by, they are. I quite like that. There we are. That's why I think I did the sort of seaside. I think, you know, imagine the breeze and the noise and the fish and chips. You know, every time you make one of those little pictures up with those ships, it's just like taking you back to that sunshine and freedom on the beach, isn't it? There we go. That's looking all right, isn't it? Oh, Emma. Honestly, don't you worry about it. Don't think about you've got to catch it up. Just think of it as being your own journey, and you dip in and out as and when you choose. And you don't have to start at 1 and work your way through. You can start at 3 and then you can do number 22 or 61 if you like. It really doesn't matter, because each one we go through step by step, and it's not that, you know, you've got to think, well, I've got to do that one before I do this. Not at all. Each one is a standalone. And I wouldn't have it any other way, really, because I think, you know, if you're just dipping in or you're not sure, you're starting now, you know, you don't want to think, oh, I've got to go back and do that. You just want to do this. There we go. There we go. You see, so I've got one here, look, that, you see where those, they finish at the bottom, but that one doesn't? That's absolutely fine. I'm not going to try and remedy it or do anything different. It is as it is. I'm not faffing with it at all. It's just one of them things. Leaving it there. Alright, so next one. Just filling that in. There we go. Something about doing that, isn't there? The drawing's great, but doing a bit of colouring in. Oh, yeah, Emma, that's, yeah, it's a nice one, that hexagon. Wait till you get into circles as well. Alright, look at that. Okay, so what I'm going to do there now, I'm going to actually aura around the whole thing. When we say aura, it's a draw around. So I'm going to follow each line. Okay, now when I get to these ones, there's a number of ways you can do it. You could just do a straight line, or if you want to, you can create that kind of swirl. I'm not going to go in there. I'm just going to take it around this one. See? And then turn it round. And then again, around there. Turning it as I go, just to make it easier for me to hold and me to sort of get that curved line in there. I don't want to, you know, try and make it difficult for myself. I just want to keep it simple. There we are. There we are. And back in there, around there. Okay, same again. And then up and round, just following it through. There's no rush at all. And I know I tend to do it a little bit quicker on here because, as we've said before, I try and keep it within the hour. I know our last session, because I did quite a tutorial on watercolour as well, didn't I? I didn't want to leave it part way through, so we did spend a little bit longer there, but not today. There we are, you see? Okay, so we've got that. Oh, have I? I saw it earlier, actually. He didn't want to move because the dog was on. Benji does that, he lies on my feet. Alright, I've got a bit of a curve coming up now, and I'm going to do quite a sort of a loop at the top there. You see? And that's... I'm going to add another one. Alright, and then let's add another one sort of there. You see a bit of a loop thing going on, so I'm just going to sort of put them in wherever I feel like. I see, I'm even going to go over the border there. That's absolutely fine. There we go. But I'm not sort of going to say, right, I want 3 on this side and 5 on that. I'm just doing what I think. And you see, I'm not doing left, right, left, right. It's all all slightly different. Oh, Francie, should you? Do you know what, actually then why don't you, use a really bright tile? Go in with one of the pink tiles or that really vivid yellow. I don't know if I've got, no. I did my sample of this on a green tile. Get something really bright out and just go for it. We can't change what's happening, we've just got to live through it. And, every little bit helps, doesn't it? If we've got a moment, just a bright colour. Oh, it's all right, Sue. Benji sort of doesn't knock your arm, he actually comes and he puts his head on the whole thing. So it's like, I want attention. I don't know if you saw actually on my page, we dressed Benji up for Halloween. A friend of mine brought me a couple of outfits. He quite likes his cowboy outfit, but he certainly wasn't sold on the crocodile. So if you've not seen it, Benji's my 1-year-old pup. Well, he's a boy now, and Seth is 12, so he's not sort of as keen. Benji likes to get into everything, and Seth's been there, done it all. So, but yeah, you need to have a look at it. It's a really funny photo. Okay, all right. So what I am going to do now, I'm going to draw that border in, and of course, if there's anything gone out of the border, I'm going to leave it and draw it underneath, see? And of course, if you've got the, if you've got a border you don't really like or you want to change it, now is the time to do it. So if you want to add a few curls in, did you, Lizzie? It was a crocodile. But yeah, he's certainly up for trying things, but they don't always pan out. It's funny. Actually, John's made a step for Seth to get outside because we've got quite a drop. And Seth's not sure about the step, but Benji not at all. He actually tries to jump over it rather than go on it. They are funny little things, aren't they? Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to look at this pattern or the outline here, and I'm going to aura around that outline. There we go. All right, just following it round. Now you can go as wide or as narrow as you want to do. And of course, if you want to go in and choose a different colour, you can do that too. There you are. All right. So then same again. I've got this little bit here, look, so I'm going to aura there. And then the same again here. Now they always say if you've got a tile or a design you're working on and you're not sure what to do, if in doubt, aura. And this is what it means, just draw around what you already got. And whilst you're drawing, and you've not got me giving you loads of grief, you start to sort of imagine what's coming next, and hopefully a pattern comes to mind. That's sort of how we work on it anyway, and it works. I've done it a couple of times. Although, of course, today I do have a plan. I do know what I'm doing. There we are, look. And then into that one. I know what you mean, yeah. I think this is my life. I think I don't go by a day without doing some sort of tangling in some way, shape or form. Although, yeah, there we are. I know, do you know, these trips and we're going away and it's been cancelled, it's, it'll turn out well in the wash, that's what we used to say. It'll all work out in the wash. So we've just got to dwell on what we've got. Look at what you've got around you and be thankful. And it'll come round again. It will. Alright. I'm still waiting for my garden furniture actually. It's actually now in the hands of people who can deal with it, because I paid my money and not got it. And I ordered that back in July. It's not good, is it? I've got a company that won't even speak to me, let alone tell me what's going on. Okay, let's have a look at where we're at so far then. Right, so we've got this sort of aura thing going around, haven't we? It's made it a real different shape around the outside, hasn't it? So looking at these spaces, I'm going to do that kind of sort of stem shape with a bobble on the end, but I'm going to do it actually on the border this time. Let's see. And if I turn my tile, I might get a little one in there, look. I'm not going to do it there because that's sort of repeating. Let's add a couple in here. I'm not going too far out because you can guess what I'm gonna do with it in a short while. Alright, so couple in there, look. And then of course this bigger area here, let's have a couple in. Okay, one there maybe. So I want to be different. Okay. Alright. So then I'm gonna aura around that. There we are. So this time, instead of doing around the shape, I'm auraing around the border. There we go. See there, I didn't got anything, so that's okay. I can do another one of those. There we are. Oh, I missed a corner. Let's put a couple in there. There we are. And that means that I'm going to do around there and around there. And of course off there, and then that one I'm just going to do that way, I think. But if you want to go round again, it's fine. I'm just mixing and matching mine up. See, I'm going to do around that one. Then here, let's come one in and around that, and then of course I'll have another one there, tiny bit round that one, and then of course around into there, and that one. It's working out quite nice, isn't it, this? Okay. So we've all, I mean, we could do the same again, we could repeat that and or again, but I think what I'm going to do is let's have a look at these little gaps. So look at this one, I'm gonna fill it with those lovely bubbles. All different sizes. You see, don't try and sort of create something particular. Any little gaps that are left, just fill them in with your pen. Alright? So there, look, really small. But just fill in the gaps. Okay? And next, just around. There we go. Fitting in, just sort of fill it. Well, whether you fill the gaps in as you go or whether you come back and do it after, it's entirely up to you. See, this one's quite small, so I'm just going to fill it in. And I'm just going to work my way around. Now, if you want to, you know, we did those little bobbles. You can fill those in with black if you like. Or you could even fill them in as little stripes. But I think I want the main feature to be the centerpiece, the shape we did to start with. So this is just background, so I'm not gonna add too much of the black, as it'll deter from the main piece. I'm just filling the shape. There we go. There's a bit there, look. And that section. Okay. So you've really got to focus here, because you've got to work out which of the gaps you're going to fill bubbles and which you're going to leave because of those little droplets. Yeah. And then this one here. Alright. Bit there. See, I'm going to put a couple in there, but then I'm just going to fill those bits. Don't think you've got to get really tiny, just sort of work your way in. And working in there. See? So this one is totally different, isn't it, to the one we did Friday. So it's still a bit abstract. Sometimes I'll do pictures, sometimes I'll do abstract. It depends what you, I suppose, what you feel like. Right, there we are. See, so I'm just gonna. And then of course my bubble size changes depending on how much space I've got. So, you know, you just work it round. There we go. Okay, there we are. Filling in. So see, I've got quite a big space here. So see how my bubbles are getting a little bit larger? And it just sort of gives it a little bit of a different feel in that little bit there. So just little extra pieces like there we go. Alright, look at the difference, it just sort of fills the area. And I'm just going to get one in there. Alright, fill that bit, really bit small, so I'm not going to worry about it. And then here that was, you know what, that probably wasn't a blob. And that is. So it's just working out, you know, you make the choice, you make your decision as to where you're going to do it. Oh, that's a different name, isn't it? It's lovely. Sorry, I'm just looking up at messages. I was so engrossed in what I'm doing. I've missed all the conversation. Talk amongst yourselves. There we are. So I had a nice chat with Pauline this morning, with just the two of us in. It's been a change, you know. We've not had a chance to have a chat for ages. We've been talking all things pencils and all Sanntangle and Sanntangle, and it's nice. And of course, you know, everything else that's going on in the world. It's nice, isn't it, just to have that chat now and again. You know, if you haven't spoke to somebody in ages, it might be worth picking the phone up or just sending a text, isn't it? Just to sort of say, look, I'm still here. So it's nice. I spoke to my mum yesterday, so she's okay. I even had a text from my son yesterday. Oh my word. There we go, a bit of colour there, look. Okay, so almost a little bit here. And yeah, I'm going to put a couple of tiny little bubbles there, look. There we are. And that little bit there. Fill that. There we go. Those little bits. Big bubble. There we are. And a couple of little bits and pieces there. Almost done. And a couple of little bits there. And a few bits. There we go. And a little bit there. Alright, let's have a look at where we're at. Oh, that's nice, yeah. Video calls, yeah. I know what you mean, yeah. Oh, I'm just trying to make it a bit smaller. There we go. Look at that. It's quite a thing around in the background there, isn't it? Yeah, I know there. I hadn't actually got any or in there, but you know what? I think I'm actually going to go in. It just really looks like it needs a little bit there. And that's, you know, it's only when you sort of lift your head and have a look at it and you think, oh, see, it looks something similar there. You see, I'm just going to that bit, and it just makes all the difference. There we go. All right, so far. Okay. Whew, deep breath. Right, pencil then. Here we go. I'm going to come in with pencil. Now we could actually, you know, we did it before. You could put a little scene in here, one of the little ships, anything like that. There's a multitude of things. We could even put another pattern. But I think for this exercise, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it. Because it's nice sometimes to go back, isn't it, and just to remember how to actually create something a bit more three-dimensional. So here we go. I'm going to put, it's almost like a little smile, a little smirk. Imagine two little eyes there, look, a little smirk. And I've used the side of the pencil because then I wanted quite a bit more on there, but I've left a gap. See, I've not gone right to the edge. Okay, we'll come back to that in a short while. So then, looking at this bit here, again, I'm just going to add some down the side there and some down the side there. Now, here I'm just going to add, see, I've sort of come back up onto the point of the pencil because there's not much space there and I still want some on, but I want to control it. So you see, I'm just going around those lines. I'm even going to use that one there, look. You see? So on this one you can use the side because we can get a bit more in there. But then come to the point and draw in that extra line. I want to do one there, look. See? Oh, I know, Joe. I think that's it. The beauty of it sometimes is just having a simple one. And you don't have to think so much. It's all very repetitive, isn't it? But this is where it's going to change the feel of it once we put those shadows in. There we go. I treated myself to a new pencil. So it's a really nice sharp point. Look at that. Yeah. I did look at mine. I think one of them's about, I don't know, not even half the size it was, and the other one needed a bit of a sharpening. I thought, you know what? I'm going to treat myself and have a new pencil. Don't need much, do I, in life? New pencil. Make sure there's ink in my pen, and I'm all good. There we are. Alright, so just doing exactly the same on all of these. Same on this one. And again, back onto that point. There we are. Come around. And to there. Okay. And into that one. Same with the point. Okay. It's already starting to look a bit dimensional, you know, because we've added a little bit of darkness onto it. But, I think today I'm going to do all the shading first, and then we'll use the tortillon after, all in one go. Hopefully we'll get some magic happening. And there we go. Work them round. Okay. Same with this one. And again, just on those points. Alright, and that side. Okay. Deep breath. Alright, so this section here, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add in some pencil all the way around that first aura that we did. See, so I'm ignoring any of the patterns that we did. Excuse me. And the same again there. So all around that first aura into there. I'm not worrying about what's come before or anything else, what's underneath it. Just going around that first shape. Okay. Oh, Denise, the pencil, this is sort of, it's a bit of a hybrid. It's not quite a HB, but it's not quite a B. It's almost on the edge of a 1B kind of thing. It's a smoother one. But of course the paper also depends on how well it moves. So if you're using the cartridge paper, I know that it's going to travel really well when I use the tortillon. But with the super smooth, the bright tiles or the monochrome tiles, it's not going to move as much, so you perhaps wouldn't press on as much. So it's all about you trying what you've got and just trying it on different papers, just to sort of test what it's going to do before you do it. Yeah, it is more of a kind of a B kind of thing, I would say. I mean, if I just turn that over a little bit, see if I actually do that, it is really going to move a lot, you see. So a HB wouldn't do that as much, so it's just slightly. Oh, but I think a 2B would be too much because it's quite a small tile, and we don't want to be overpowering it with the pencil, do we? Okay, so here we go, tortillon then, nice and gentle. And all I'm going to do is just touch the paper where I've put that pencil, and I'm just softening, you see? And then if I go in and just help to flick it round a little bit, you see I'm keeping that curve shape going, but I'm less pressure all the way around, just following it through. Now I'm not going to go, I'm going to leave that white bit, and you see where we've got now a darker section there. See, I've left that gap again. There we go, just smoothing it off. That's just with that bit of pencil. Yeah, so let's come on in here. And here, this time, I'm just going to go and soften the edge again. Soften the edge. But what I want to do is leave a gap in the middle. It's really important to leave that gap. Now, of course, on these sections, I'm just softening the edges. You're not going to get a white gap on all of them because they're quite close together, or mine are anyway. So I'm just softening the edge. You see, just going back and forth over the pencil. There we go, let's have a look at that. You see what that's done? So same again, look, I'm just going to go down that side, up the side, and then working my way. I'm just going over the pencil. So they're quite close, so I'm not going to try and keep that white. But you get in the darkness going into the light anyway, see? So here we go again. Either side, keeping that little bit of white down the middle. And then working your way around. You see, I'm just back and forth over that pencil. And of course, if you're using pastels to do this, so you want a bit of colour in there, I would work in exactly the same way, because your pastels will work with your tortillon. Just make sure that you're using a clean tortillon. So if you need to file it off a bit first, and the reason for that is because having the graphite on your tortillon, it'll muddy the colours. If you're using pencils, then obviously you're going to have to work a little bit harder because you have to blend them. Or some pencils you could use a bit of baby oil to help it. Of course, watercolour, you'd be putting your colour on and then adding a touch of water. Now, if you're not sure how to use watercolours on tiles, I did a tile on Friday. That'll be tile 78, and I did go into quite a bit of detail there on how to use the watercolours. So flip back and have a look at that one. Oh, Nadia, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for supporting me again, you know, and buying these stencils. I do try and, well, firstly, I do the stencils because I like the designs, but I'm so glad that you're loving them. It means a lot. Of course, all I'm going to do now, just ever so gently, I'm just sort of swirling, light pressure on that pencil I've added around the outside. So I'm not trying to move it anywhere. I'm just following it and just softening the edges up. See? A bit there. So it's, as I say, it's a background, so we don't really need to worry about the amount of detail that's going into it. We've just added a little bit on there. Oh, I know, Linda, is addictive, but do you know, I really do my best to keep the prices down, because I know that, you know, we're all struggling at a minute, and it's, you know, it's something that you can mingle and bring into other crafts. And I do try and give you your value for money, so it's not like you've just got, for example, with the ships, you've not got one ship, you've got lots and the different sizes, so you can mix and match and do other things with them. I do try. Very trying, John says. Okay, there we are. So I've just put some pencil around the outside there. And then, oh, thank you, Pat, I appreciate that. It's because we make stuff in-house, that's what it is. We don't have that sort of middle person that wants to take their bit as well, so we do our best, we really do. Okay. And of course, you know, John gets paid with chips and egg at the end of the night. If he's lucky, even a sausage. Anyway, I don't know if you noticed, there was a post I put out earlier, I think it was the weekend, and I'd got a piece of jewellery that I'd tangled onto, and I asked if you'd be kind enough to nominate somebody. I thought it's nice to nominate, you know, yourselves and just sort of say, oh, like this page or whatever. I just thought, because this group's so nice and supportive of each other, I just thought it'd be really nice to sort of give you that opportunity. So needless to say, I have picked, and I did sort of a bit of a random choice in the end. I thought, rather than me choose, because there's so many lovely messages and people on there. So yeah, I think the piece of jewellery is going to Pat Craven. It was, I say, a random choice, but Pat had been mentioned so many times. So pat, I will be posting it out to you. So hopefully you'll get it soon and you'll be able to enjoy it, maybe even wear it. All right, so I'm using a white pen, and I'm just now, you see in the centre of these, I'm going straight over the black there. This is where a pencil just won't do it, unless you've got a chalk pencil or a pastel. But even then, if I'm honest, you don't always get the same sharp, clear line. So I'm going in with that gel pen and just straight down. I'm not doing any zigzag or any faffing about. It's just a straight line in there. Okay. Just down the sides of those. All right. Okay, nothing else. So let's have a look at what we've done then. There we are. You see, I just putting that white line on has really made the difference. And I think just going back in, I'm just going to come in with a black pen. There we go. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to sort of add a little bit of weight to that side and that side. You see, of that particular piece. And then I'm going to do that all around. See, I'm just sort of thickening it up. If you've got a thicker pen, see, I'm using a 2 at the minute, so if you've got a 3, you could perhaps go in with a 3. It'll do the same thing. We don't get too carried away. Go in with an 8. We don't want that. Just, you know, add a little bit of weight. And I've said before, this is what makes the difference between just looking online and finding a pattern and copying it and actually following on with these sessions, because it gives you all the points about where to shade and, you know, how to add on those little extra details that you might not have known, and it just enhances your piece just that little bit more. And of course, you know, you have all that, the polite gossip and you know, you have the support from people around. So yeah, please post what you've done. Obviously it gets posted on the other page on the Sandra Rushton, not Sandra Rushton Artist, but it's still nice to see them all. So I'm just going to add a bit. Now I'm not going to go all the way round here. I'm just going to go around as far as the pencil shade. You see, so I'm going to stop about there. Just extend it up a bit there, and I've left it that side so you can see where you've started to get a little bit of dimension there. Alright, so see, just adding that touch of black and that white in the middle there, it's really brought that out, which is why I didn't go in too much detail. If I'd have coloured those in black, you would have seen those and not that, and that's what we wanted, a little bit more of a definition. So I might just, you know, just go back in and just sort of add a touch. Now you notice I don't always draw around everything. If you do that, you just end up with a box around something. We don't want that. We want it to look a little bit lifelike. I know it's abstract, but lifelike, you know what I mean. And it just means you're just getting that bit of definition in there. Let's have a look and see what that's done. Alright, so you just sort of adding a little bit of weight to them there. There we go. Alright, okay, so last thing to do then, and again, we don't always do this, but it's something we should really, and that is to put your signature. So signature is a monogram. You're just going to add your initials, because remember, we wrote your name on the back, and this is just and this is just about, you know, you just re-owning it. So when you think about it, an hour ago, this was one of those plain blank tiles that we were talking about on the show earlier. Yeah, you've put your name on the back, you owned it, you put your date, so you can always refer back to it, and you know what. I always put number tiles when I'm working as a tile of the day, but of course we've been working on these so long now. When you think March, it was number 1. Now November, we're number 79. My goodness me. So yeah, hopefully you're going to have a go at that. Add a bit of colour. It does look a little bit nautical, doesn't it? So maybe blue and reds in there would look quite nice. So I look forward to what you're going to do with it. So I hope you've enjoyed that one. I'm going to go off and have a cuppa, I think, now, and do a few more bits and pieces. And next show is 3:45. So hopefully if you can, you know, meet for that. If not, if you're picking the kids up, catch it later. a few more different bits and pieces, a few hints actually as to what might be coming. So I'm not going to mention it on the show, but you'll have a little bit of insider gossip there. So you might see a couple of things you think, what is she doing? Yeah, on there. So okay, all being well, I will see you again on Friday. And yeah, Pat, well done. I will get you that piece sent out as soon as I can. So everybody stay safe. You know, have a good play. Don't panic about this lockdown, please. Don't panic. You'll be fine. Just go with it. You know, just sort of think, I can't change it. I'm just going to deal with each day as comes, and just take it easy, okay? So everybody stay safe. Take care. So all being well, I will catch you all again on Friday for number 80. Woohoo, number 80. All right, you take care, and I'll see you soon, everybody. All right, bye.